I was at like a Pride event and heard a Dolly Parton song playing in the distance. I was pulled, and I got there, and because I grew up around actual cowboys, I could tell that these were authentic cowboys and cowgirls, and they welcomed me immediately. It's really a movie about family, and it started with my family. My father was in the Professional Rodeo Cowboys Association. So I'm from Colorado originally, and all my earliest memories are at the rodeo. So, it's just, there's so much magnetism at the rodeo, and it brings this kind of mythological side to America out in the open air, and I fell in love with it. But as I grew older, I discovered just kind of how patriarchal and homophobic it is, so I stayed away. But then I discovered there's a whole subculture for people like me who love, nature and animals and community, but are queer. And so it's really, the film is about someone kind of discovering this world, and that's really my story as well, is finding this kind of beacon of hope and chosen family. We wanted to make a love story, but also a Western for the new world. So it really, the juxtaposition of this community with this very kind of classic landscape was really beautiful.
I think the first time we went together to a rodeo, I got on a bull. I did not ride the bull, but I did get on the bull. And that was kind of the first thing that clicked for me. And I think we started taking some steps as to understanding that as much as, it has this backdrop, it's very much connected to the internal life of my character in the story and how he's connecting with this world that he's opening himself to.
I spent quite a few years living in San Antonio, so I remember going to rodeos when I was younger. But they certainly were not like the ones in our film, which is kind of the fun of, I guess, rediscovering this world through Luke's whole vision.
We became family on camera and off camera as well, and I really appreciated that, hanging out with Eve off camera, getting to know each other, and falling in love with her off camera and on camera, just bringing that love to set was actually really beautiful. Yeah.
We would go on dates.
Yeah, we would go on dates
as our characters. We went to Applebee's.
I think it was a cheesecake.
Oh, maybe it was a cheesecake. Yeah.
We really wanted to reinvent this archetype of the classic American cowboy and show a side to that that's more complex and nuanced. I think we've grown up with this idea of, the classic cowboy as virile and dominant through violence. And in this story, it's so much more about a cowboy who's brave enough to love and to be vulnerable and to be soft and tender, to try makeup and drag for the first time, but to also ride a bull. And I think that's, I think it's time for us to see characters that are complex and nuanced and that have layers, and I think none of us can really fit into one box and one label. And so I hope that people walk away inspired to embrace that fluidity within themselves, and also hope to find their people and find these safe spaces. And it's a scary time, so I hope that people walk away with hope.